Sorry, I had a little difficulty there with my rotation of my phone. Welcome to day 12 of our Money Manifesting Challenge. I hope you all are having fun so far and learning a lot about your relationship with money and what that means for what you're manifesting. Today we're going to be talking about watching our language when it comes to money, because the things that we say are things that we're speaking into existence. So if we're not watching what we're saying and we're just saying the same things that we've always said, we're going to be manifesting more of the same thing that we have right now. So thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Lily. I'm coming to you live from Las Vegas, where I live. And I'm passionate about sharing the law of attraction because I've seen what it's done for me. It's pretty much the greatest thing that I've ever found. It feels like a superpower for me. And I hope that as I share it with you, it'll become something that you're able to use also to live the life of your wildest dreams. So while you're here, while we're thinking of it, if you could smash that like button for me so that I can reach more people and help them find what they want also, that would be amazing. That's how this whole YouTube stuff works. So thank you very much for liking, subscribing, commenting, whatever it is you do to interact on here. Thank you. So we're going to talk about watching our language, because whatever we say repeatedly becomes a belief, and it also becomes what we manifest into our reality. So we're literally speaking into existence the things that we want and the things that we don't want. So the universe doesn't hear yes or no, this or that. It only hears, so for example, if you say, I'm broke all the time, or I can't afford it, or that's too expensive, that's what the universe is hearing. And so even if you're thinking or saying also, oh, I love money, money is everywhere, I'm a money magnet, all of these affirmations, if what you're repeating is this belief that you don't have enough, that you can't afford it, that it's too expensive, well, that's what you're manifesting, is more of that. So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right? So that's what we're talking about today, is sort of how to pay attention and how to suss out those things of what are we saying that's manifesting all of these things that we don't want. Because the universe is hearing what your beliefs are, what you're putting your energy into, where your focus is. And if that's on not having enough, on all the bills always coming in, on there's never enough to get by, or the things that we say to our kids, I know my son will say, oh, can I have this? Can I have that? And my knee-jerk answer, just because he can't argue with it, is we can't do that right now. Because, okay, do I have $20 to cards? Yes, but is that the $20 going towards cards? No. But the things that we're saying, that's one that I say, even if I don't feel that that's true, I could be speaking that into existence. I could be speaking that into more and more need to budget, because I continue to say how I can't afford things. So even if what we're saying is technically true, even if it is true that I can't afford something, when I say that, I'm reinforcing that belief and that manifestation of the reality of not being able to afford it. So what do? Okay, we act as if we already have the things that we want the universe to send us. And not only do we act as if we have them, but we have to feel the feeling of having it. And this goes back to when we were talking about doing affirmations, and how when we say something, we say, oh, this toast is hot, or I want a cup of coffee, or die in a car crash. We say all kinds of things, but it's not just all of the words that come out of our mouths that we're manifesting. We're particularly sending this energy of manifesting have energy on. So if you're feeling the feelings of having enough money, whatever you want, then you're going to manifest that experience coming into reality, and it will come in quicker and quicker the more you focus your feelings on that reality and not on this reality where you don't have enough. So when you walk around, I want you to see things in a different way, and I want you to talk to yourself about money in a different way, because we're used to walking around thinking that's too expensive, or wow, I can't afford that, or that's a ripoff, or who would pay that much for that, even if we want these things. Well, we're not going to get them from the universe if that's how we're treating them and that's how we're talking about money. So instead, you want to act as if. Now, this doesn't mean you have to go out and buy the Chanel bag just because you're acting as if you have enough to buy the Chanel bag. But you can energetically buy the Chanel bag. You can manifest the Chanel bag by thinking about what it would feel like, how you would feel when you're wearing it. I don't know why I said Chanel bag. I don't even have one or want one. Maybe you do. That's fine. You can have whatever you want. But at an energetic level, you want to be matching the vibration of abundance. And if you're talking about the experience that you're having now of not having enough, you're manifesting more of that. So even though it sounds like we're saying lie to yourself, because the universe believes what you believe and it will back up what you believe. So it doesn't mean that you're going to go get reckless with your money, spending it as if you have $1 million, but it means you're going to put that energy out there. When you see things that are too expensive that you want, I want you to think, wow, I can't wait to have that because I live in an abundant universe, or even say, wow, like that's a pretty great price, like I can't wait to come back and buy that. Or whatever it is, whatever works for you. So if you see something that you can't afford and that you want, and you put the energy on it of scarcity, of I can't have that, it's too expensive, I don't have enough, you're going to continue to manifest the energy of not being able to have the thing you want. But if you put the energy on that thing of, wow, what an awesome thing, what a great price, I'm super excited, I have this feeling of having it, even though I haven't purchased it yet, because I know it's not mine and I live in an abundant universe, well, guess what? The universe is going to send you the means to have it, whether it's through money, whether it's through gifting, whether it's through, whatever other means, right? Because the how is not our job. All our job is to want things and then to align with the energy of already having them. That's it. And to take the inspired action while you're in that energy of having what you want. So whatever you want, you can have. You just have to speak it into existence on a daily basis and stop speaking into existence the things that you already have that you don't want, okay? So we're having enough of the self-sabotage by focusing on the things in our reality that we don't like. We're going to start living as if we're already abundant, speaking as if we're already abundant, because our word is a magic wand, and if you don't want it, don't say it, okay? So today's action is going to be just literally to start speaking only about what we want to manifest. Only start speaking about what you want to manifest and not speaking about even things that you have now if you don't want them. And then you're going to answer some questions. So some of the questions I'm going to put below in the description are, what are some of the limiting phrases you've been saying lately that are related to money? So one that I realized that I mentioned that I was saying is, we can't afford that. And even if I'm just saying it as an excuse to my kid so that, as a, like, we're not buying that today, like, we can't afford it, I can't spend the money on it, I'll say that, like, oh, I can't, I say I can't afford it. And my son says, well, he gets scared. He's like, can we afford to live? And I'm like, okay, well, we can afford it technically, but I'm not spending $700 on V-Bucks, So even just those things that I'm saying, whether or not I believe them, if I'm saying them over and over and over, I'm going to be manifesting them. And so then to think about where those things came from, who did we learn them from? And then to see, can you see how those things that you've been saying are manifesting in your reality, or have already manifested in your reality? And then what can we say to replace those things? What are the opposite counterparts to the things we're saying? Like, if my son says, can I have, $25 in V-Bucks? Maybe my opposite counterpart saying is, we could afford it, but I don't think that would be a way that we should spend that money right now. What do you think? And open up a conversation about having enough and still making choices with how we spend our money, which would be a way better thing to say than we can't afford it. Also, because I don't want him to grow up believing these money limiting beliefs about things are not affordable. So that's what we got for today. Make sure you're here tomorrow for day 13. We're going to be talking about our part in manifesting, because we know that we've talked about the universe's part, but we are co-creators with the universe, and we're going to have to start doing our part too. So tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. for day 13. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hit that like button on your way out, subscribe, leave me a comment if you feel so inclined, and I'll see you all tomorrow.